All right.
Well, I guess I'll start with my major.
Okay.
I'm an art education major, and I started off as BFA, and I decided to switch because I just love children, and also expanding the minds and education of everyone, not just kids, but also hopefully I can teach adults as well. Some people, they give up art, and that's sad, but then they always come back to it seems. So I feel like this project is also kind of a reflection of that.
How so?
Because I feel like, there might be people who aren't art majors, or maybe they tried to get into Tyler and they couldn't, and they had to switch their major, or something happened. And I feel like there's a lot of people in this school that still want to pursue art, and doing stuff like this that's outside of the actual institution is something that they can get involved in. And I think it's sad that we don't have more of this, because like you said, there was a guy the other day that was a neuroscience major. Who knows if he took art in high school or even when he was a kid. I just feel like even adults, even teachers could be a part of this.
Right.
Maybe they became a different subject teacher and they wanted to do art. You never know. So I feel like that's a big reason why I wanted to become a teacher. Just because there's always like a little artist hidden in someone, I feel like, and I feel like sometimes they just need a reason to bring it out.
Yeah.
And if there is no reason, they're not going to do it themselves most of the time. So I feel like this is definitely a good way of everyone embracing that creativity in them. So even if it's not through painting, even if it's through stuff like this, that's installation or metal work or woodwork, anything. Like, obviously, this was this is a wooden structure, so it definitely had engineering aspects to it. You have to know how to put together like a fort like this. So I feel like there's a lot in this project that is hidden, and a lot of people don't realize that.
What's the the experience been like so far?
So far, I mean, since I was only here one day, I just think it's amazing how much was accomplished in like 2 hours. And we had talked about this earlier, but there's a lot of people still standing around, kind of looking into what their world could be like if they open themselves up to this. So that's sad, but I think progressively it's going to get better.
Yeah.
And progressively people are going to open up to this whole idea.
So you would like to see more of these?
Yeah, I think even if it's in a different setting, in a different structure, anything like that, I feel like the more these types of things happen, maybe people will miss out on it this time, which is a shame. But if we keep doing it, then maybe they'll be like, all right, well, I missed out on that last thing. It was really awesome, but I want to get involved in this new project. So
what would your mission statement be for them if they asked you why are you there? What is the point of all this? What would you say to them?
I would say I feel like I'm not getting enough out of my school, and I feel like I can always be doing more, and I think that's something that's in everyone's minds, and if it's not, then again, that's a shame, because everyone should think that they could always be doing more with their education. And basically, we have all this space on campus, that's
all this material,
this material, and why don't we use it for something? And I think if somebody came up to me and asked me I think it's weird that you're doing it so publicly, I would probably say, I think it's weird that you're doing it so privately, because who sees it then?
Yeah.
Besides you, and sometimes, it is nice to have that personal space. But if you can't share it with anyone, why are you making art? So I feel like you have to be interactive with it.
So community arts, how does that affect a person?
I think it definitely gives yourself some kind of self-confidence, because, and self worth is what I'm trying to say. Because I feel like a lot of people, they think, I'm doing this for myself, my art makes me feel better, but what are you doing to make other people feel better?
Yeah,
you're giving back to your community, and that's always important. And I think a lot of people lose sight of that. Like when you're little, you're constantly, I feel like I was constantly involved in community arts or community anything. And I feel like once you get to college, you think just being in college is being a part of a community, but it can be so much more than that. And I just feel like for those people that are already in clubs, that's awesome, but I think a lot of artists haven't really had any community to kind of come to outside of Tyler, and sometimes even school structures kind of push people
isolate.
apart and put them into these little cliques or groups.
Rooms.
Majors kind of make everything segregated, and I just think something like this just means, like, I don't care what your major is. If you're an artist, I don't care if you're in Tyler. I don't care if you don't even go to this school.
Right,
you're just
right.
coming and supporting the city even. It's something that you can look at it on a broader scale, broader community. So.
Awesome.